Hey guys, and happy, I don't know what day it is because I don't know what day this video is going to be released, but welcome to yet another speed build. I'm currently in the process of doing multiple voiceovers today for a couple of videos that I'm going to have coming out in the next 2 weeks because I'm away. So when you're seeing this, I will probably be away. I think I'm definitely going to release this after I'm already gone. But yeah, so enjoy. I don't think there's going to be a Tumblr post for this. There's normally a Tumblr post for all of my CC builds, but I don't think there's going to be one for this. All I can say is that the only custom content used in this is by Peacemaker. So if you go to find Peacemaker, you will find all of the content. Definitely use his city living add-on set for the windows that are all over the house. They are particularly a godsend because the city living windows, I really like them. They're a little bit chunky, can I just add, but them being only in 3 tiles wide is really tough to work with. Also, they only come in, I think, the medium and tall wall heights, and they don't come in the short wall heights. And I think, do I use them? I think I use the short wall height here like as a feature on that right hand side. It ends up like being another window there to make it look square. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, they're a godsend, so thank you to Peacemaker for doing add-on sets, and definitely something that I would love to do myself if I ever had time. But apparently YouTube is becoming like a full-on production in my life. I thought I was gonna quit Twitch and like just do like 1 build a week on YouTube and just, you know, and live that CC making life. It has not panned out like that. So yeah, the CC, oh no, Discord. My CC life has not even begun because, well, I just haven't had the time. So it's going on hold because I'm going to concentrate on YouTube and see what we can do over here and focus on that and get more builds. And I've definitely been inspired since the new pack has come out and since I went to EA Play. I've got to say EA Play was just the most amazing experience I've had to do with The Sims or anything like that. It was just amazing, and as I said, I want to be invited back to more of those. That means I gotta get to working on YouTube. So yeah, expect to see much more of me, especially after I get back from Wimbledon. That's where I'm going. I'm going just to another part of London to go and watch tennis for 2 weeks. I know I'm slightly crazy, but if you don't know, at Wimbledon tennis, you can actually queue for tickets on the day. All the other Grand Slams in tennis you can't queue for, and they save like 500 tickets. 500 of the best tickets, can I just add, for on the day sales. So the queue is a very big thing there. If they ever take the queue away, I think there may be riots. So yeah, it's just a fun time. I think the queuing is like half the experience, to be quite honest. So for the next 2 weeks, I'm going to be every other day just sitting down, enjoying the sun, because apparently it's going to be sunny while I'm there. Thank you, Jesus, because if you didn't know, London and the whole of the UK has basically this summer been raining. It's been the worst start to summer I've ever had to witness, and yeah, so it's still not even getting hot. I think tomorrow is a mini heat wave. There's a heat wave over the whole of Europe, particularly Berlin. I'd just like to say that Felix gives me updates on the weather in Berlin all the time. Hi Felix. And it's boiling hot there, and it was freezing cold here. We couldn't even get above 20 degrees, and they're at 30 something. Like, I think it got to like 38.9 or something in Berlin the other day, and I'm just here chilling at like 17, you know, and rain. So luckily we're gonna have some sunshine while I'm gone. I am going to have a build a week up. Sorry, I couldn't record any more. Last minute me is just my middle name. So we're gonna have this build, this for this week. Next week we're gonna have another, I think, Sulani build. I'm gonna do the voiceover for that today, and then I'm gonna have part 1 of a special build. If you came to my live stream ages ago, you will have seen the build that I'm talking about. I'm not gonna spoil it for the others, but yeah, part 1 of that, so the exterior of that, is going to be coming up as well the next week. So, and then the next week after that I'll be back, so hopefully I'll have that build finished in that week, and we'll just carry on. I would definitely like to make myself some recolors of the island living items. I love the content that came with island living, but there are so many brown tones. I know that's like a common thing, but there are so many brown tones of that siding, and the colourful tones aren't really to my liking. I like one of them. One of them's like a kind of aqua colour, but then there's 2 blues, which I don't really like the blues, and then there's like a bright red, a bright yellow, a bright orange, which, you know, I would just like maybe some slightly more pastel colours, or not even pastel, just not so bright to use on other builds. So I definitely need to do some recolors when I get back. But yeah, everything when I get back. Do you know what though? I am going to take my laptop, so maybe I could do some recolors while I'm away. At Wimbledon, you just sit on your bum for a day while you're officially queuing. And then the next day you go and watch tennis. So it's like every other day I go and watch tennis, and the other days I'm just sitting there doing nothing. I am taking my laptop with me just in case. I'll try it. Maybe I could even try and do, I don't know, I could try and do a room build or something. I've only got my 3-year-old MacBook, and it was like entry level. I only use it for surfing the internet because I'm lazy and I like to do surfing internet while I'm in my bed instead of getting out of it. So yeah, I've only got that laptop, that's all I've got, so I don't know, maybe I could do CC. Do you know what I really should do while I'm gone? Is make my colour palette. I've been saying I want to do a colour palette for ages. I've done several of them and never signed it off fully happy with what I had, so maybe I can just spend time and do the colour palette. At this point Felix is laughing because it's an ongoing joke about how long it takes me to do a colour palette, but oh well. Anyway, to this build, I found the inspiration for this build on Arc Daily. So Arc Daily has lots of amazing builds from all over the world, has lots of detailed pictures, and normally has floor plans as well. I think I kind of half looked at the floor plans, but really I just looked at one picture, which was this kind of courtyard area, and based it on that. The other 3 sides I completely made up. It was just this courtyard area that I really wanted to focus on. Unfortunately, if you see this up on the gallery, there is a giant rock in the lot preview. Please, Sims team, please, can we get the previews sorted? Because that is so not the front of the lot. Why would that ever be the front of the lot? Yeah, there's a giant rock in the way of the front of the lot, so please excuse that. But if you're looking for it on the gallery, which it is up there now, look for the house with the giant rock in front of it. And don't forget to tick enable custom content in the advanced section. Thank you. So yeah, no Tumblr post on this one. Maybe I'll do one when I get back, but for now I am just trying to get these videos done and out and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, but I'm really happy with the way this turned out and the whole shape of this courtyard thingy. I almost would like more green. I think what I would have loved is if this was on its own private island. I know there is a lot to the side of this, which is a 40 by 30, and it's just, is it 40 by 30? I think so. And it's completely on a beach, a little bit of water I think it's on, but it's completely 360 degrees, just amazing sea views. I definitely need to build on that one, because this one has this is like on the volcanic island bit, it's the 50 by 50, and it just has the volcano behind it, and the rocks, to be quite honest, aren't the most attractive thing to look at in your builds. You just see the rocks behind you. I would rather see like all the sea around it. But for the Sims, when they look out the window, they get these amazing views of the ocean or sea. Is it an ocean or is it a sea? I'm going to call it an ocean. By the power of great editing, we have skipped forward and cut through all of my indecisiveness to where I've actually got the final flooring down. I use Jungle Adventures a lot in this, so if you haven't got Jungle Adventures, it's not going to look the same. But yeah, I used a lot of the Jungle Adventures floors on the main kind of courtyard area, and then there's one that's like a cracked version of the same floor, and I just dotted that throughout as well, just to kind of break it up a bit, so you'll see a few broken tiles and all that stuff. But this was definitely a kind of modern meets rustic look. I wanted to keep a lot of rustic elements in there, but use really modern windows and everything, and modern shape of build, but mix the two together. There is also modern furnishings, but also lots of rustic touches added in, and I kind of like this blend. It's eclectic, but you know how normally I do eclectic and it's just everything chucked in. This is slightly more of considered, modern-ish, eclectic look compared to what I would normally do, which would be just like wood tones upon wood tones upon wood tones. This adds in a few more elements like concrete and glass, and yeah, I'm just really happy with the way that it all came together. And I added in this concertina kind of bifold door look here on the downstairs. I just thought this needed just a little bit something extra, so I just kept this footage in to show you how I did it. And it does have outdoor lighting in there, but I made sure that it was only that room in the whole entire house that has outdoor lighting. At night time it doesn't make a difference. During the day, of course, it makes a difference, but you should be all good with it. And in here now we're doing the kitchen. I use the Jungle Adventures kitchen. I do, as I said, have Peacemaker content in this as well. Peacemaker did a recolor of the Jungle Adventures counters and stuff, but I didn't want to use that because he kind of made it a bit neater and I wanted to go more rustic. So I do actually really enjoy the rustic look of the original Jungle Adventures counters. And do you remember they didn't come with an island? So I could have used the new island living ones down here. I do use them upstairs and I think in the bathroom. I could have used them down here, but I decided I wanted to go for the whole entire matchy look. So we just went with the Jungle Adventures, but I can't wait for them to actually patch in the new island living island. Yep, that's a word. Island living island. Someone did think that when I said island, I meant like actual additional lots. No, I meant kitchen island. I'm sorry. No additional lots. Just a kitchen island to come. I don't know if they're making cabinets as well, because there aren't technically any cabinets to go with that. There's a modular one, but that's not a kitchen cabinet. So fingers crossed. There is, if you're interested and you use CC yourself, Illogical Sims has done a island counter to match the island living counters, that's the one. Yeah, so he's made a island version of it apart from the curved one. He doesn't have the rounded section, but he has all the other sections. So if you want something to tide you over until it's patched in, feel free to head over there to Tumblr. And yeah, so we're just doing this kitchen. This room ends up being kitchen, dining, and a kind of informal sitting room. So everything is in. Really, your sim could just live in this one room the whole time. There are so many seating areas in this build. Some people ask, how do you do big builds? What's the secret to filling up a big build? Put more seating in. That's all I ever do, is just put seating in. There's so many seating areas in here. I see this as a bit of a kind of party, I'm not going to say party like crazy parties, but more of a place where they entertain a lot, they have lots of people over. I see them as being in some kind of entertainment industry, with it, I think particularly music. I'm seeing music or movies or video production, something like that. In the master bedroom I do put like that YouTube video production table in there, and I think I also have a music production station in the second bedroom, and then you'll see in a second I'm going to move on to the left hand side, which is I think my favorite room in the whole entire build. It's completely self-contained, so it doesn't connect to the house, if you get what I mean, by a door. You have to go from the outside, but in there's like a bar, and you'll see it in a bit. That's my favorite room. I also love the green roof above it, and I added a glass roof onto it, which you would have seen, and I love doing the whole glass roof and greenery on top. But that's definitely a common theme you'll see. If this is the first video of mine you're watching, welcome. Expect from my builds candles. Yes, this build does not disappoint. There are plenty of candles on the outside. There's a few candles on the inside, not as many on the outside actually. Definitely more candles in the bedroom upstairs. Also, you can expect from me wheatgrass. There is wheatgrass all on the outside of this. That some of you guys that have been around for just a tiny bit on the channel will not have realised that I am a wheatgrass fanatic. That used to be in every single build I did. I've brought it back. I've revived it from the dead, and that is in this build as well. We have it in the kitchen. I always used to put it in the kitchen, probably like underneath a window or behind the sink. That was a common thing. But this one I've just put it next to the stove, you know. Or is it next to... No, it's next to the sink. Oh my god, I'm back to my old ways. What other common themes to my builds? CC is often here. I must say that since Island Living has come out, I've kind of used less CC. And also there is so much content in the game right now that I'm not running for CC. When I say that, I mean this build is mostly Max's content, but it's just got a sprinkling of Peacemaker. Like for example, I couldn't have done the exact window placement I wanted to without Peacemaker's add-on set, so that's definitely a bonus. I've used his couches, you can see there, and a side table and paintings, but mostly this is Max's content. I'm sure if you place it down, it'll just be kind of, I think mostly just that sofa. I think that's a Bruno industrial sofa, mostly that missing, and not much else. I don't think I've all the wallpapers are Maxis ones. A lot of, I think all the plants are as well. There's really not a lot of custom content in here, which for like regular builds like this, I think that's definitely going to be a theme that I'm going to keep kind of moving on. There's going to be CC free builds on the channel, and there's definitely going to be some with a little bit of sprinkling of CC, and then there's going to be just the Felix builds, and they are going to be chocked full of his content. I have an idea for a build that I want to do in Sulani using Felix's content, which I am super excited to get started, but I have to wait 2 weeks. I'm so inspired to build in Sulani, and like I thought I'd need a serious break from it, but I don't even need a break, which is kind of weird. It's just such a beautiful world, and it's really inspiring, and of course I'm trying to think of ways to use Felix's content in different ways as opposed to just doing lots of villas all the time. And so it got me down the whole colonial route, and Sulani always also reminds me a lot of Asia. And the next build you're going to see on the channel is actually based on a Thai building, and definitely want to do some kind of colonial, French colonial. I didn't even know this before. During my research, I found lots of colonial buildings in Vietnam, and all over Asia, lots of different colonial buildings, which would be perfect for Felix's content. Just like the white swatch of all the trims he has, and then like a colourful stucco on the outside would be beautiful. There are so many gorgeous buildings in Asia that I just need to get my hands on. I found one I'm sure it's the one in Vietnam. It's by the Royal Palace, I think in Thailand. Is it in Thailand? Oh my god, I'm forgetting. I think it is right around the corner from the Royal Palace. There is this amazing French colonial building, and I'm going to be recreating that. It's been abandoned for ages. At the moment it has a bar in it, would you believe it? This gorgeous building, has been left to crumble. It used to be on the UNESCO like heritage protected buildings list. They sold it. It was meant to be turned into, I think, a luxury hotel or something, and it never happened. And it's now just a bar. They've got like literally disco lights on the outside. Yeah, so it's not so protected anymore. But here we are in my favourite room, this little party room. We've got the DJ booth, we've got the bar, we've got the seating area. I love these new modern sofas that came with Island Living. Of course, there are a lot of times that, also another common theme in my videos, if you're new here, is I'm a colour snob. To me, a colour is probably my most important thing I look for in a build. You'll definitely see that consistently throughout all my builds. There will be some kind of colour scheme. I don't plan it ahead of time. I just go with the flow and chuck a few items in, and then the build kind of takes a life of its own. But yeah, sometimes there is particular elements that you love on a Maxis made item, and you're like, why didn't they do a swatch with these two colours? They do some rather questionable colour choices. Most of the time it's like a light blue, a sky blue with orange, and this I think started in the bowling pack, and they have just rolled this out. It's in Laundry Day, it's in Get Famous, it's in this pack. They are just rolling with this blue and orange, and I'm like, please no, can I have some more neutrals please? I do love the green though of that modern sofa, this one here. I do love this green swatch. With the blue cushions, not so much. Even brown and orange cushions would have been great with that. Blue, no. But yeah, I just want a few extra swatches. I think I'm definitely going to be doing some recolours. Okay, I'm back. I literally just had to run to go and answer the front door. You might have just heard it in the voiceover. I'm like, run to the front door. What are they trying to do? Sell me something. No, go away. Bye. Back to the build. We're into this one. This is a double story room, and I just love it. The master suite, the seating area for the master suite looks down onto this. I did cut out the part where I've done the study. It's just a lot of bookshelves around the side of the room, and it's very similar to what I've done in a lot of builds. I always use the Get to Work bookshelf together with the what are they? The black modern cabinets that come with the base game. I've really wanted to use that Peacemaker fireplace for ages, and I still, do you know what? I think I just need to do a room build just so I can do something that fits that in. I don't know if it even particularly fits in this build, but I was like, I am leaving it there. Or did I? Or did I delete it? I feel like I deleted it. I did delete it. Oh my god, yeah, I definitely need to do a room build just to use that fireplace. It's so gorgeous, but for some reason I just couldn't fit it in this place. Sometimes you feel like for this build, I definitely worked from the outside in, so I made sure the outside was to my liking proportionally and all that stuff, and then you just divide the inside as it comes. But sometimes, like, you can work from the outside, some inside out, and you get beautiful proportioned rooms, but you probably normally end up having quite a blocky build, which I suppose is okay if it's maybe a older build, but with other builds, they just end up being a bit of a block. And with like Felix's content, you can have a blocky build, but you can add detailing on it and it makes it different. But just using in-game content is very difficult to make a blocky build not look so blocky. But yeah, I'm just detailing more here. I love that sofa. Also, that sofa needs more colours. Like, I love the different like bamboo colours and the whole rattan look. Gorgeous. But they only have 2 plain swatches, and I do not like the Hawaii kind of flower print for every type of build. I would love some more plain swatches of that with the same colours that they actually use for the Hawaii floral pattern, but just plain, please. I say this like I just say it into the atmosphere, but I'm going to have to do it if I want it. I'm trying to cut down the amount of CC I have. I'm probably only going to keep my CC, Felix's CC, and Peacemaker's CC. Probably going to delete all the rest. I've got to say I'm using other people's CC less and less and less. Even maybe using less of Peacemaker's content as well, which is kind of surprising. Because I said there's just more in-game content, and the aesthetic of the game I'm really enjoying. I don't really want to change the aesthetic of the game too much. I like the way they design this game, so I'm happy to continue it. Before, I used to mix alpha content, so alpha content is just more realistic. It uses realistic like wood textures and stuff. People just basically take photos of textures and put them on, rather than the hand-drawn way that the Sims do it. You know, that wood texture is not real, they've drawn it. I used to use that and mix it in with Max's content, and now I've just gone completely kind of Max's match. I know that Peacemaker says he's not Max's match, he's kind of Max's, I don't know, closer to reality look. So he's like halfway in between Alpha and Max's match. So that's why I like to mix his content in with a lot more Max's content, so that I can get away with using it. Otherwise, then it'll be a bit too realistic for me. And I do love some of his artwork. I love the artwork that he chooses to use for his sets. So yeah, I'm gonna definitely keep using Peacemaker and Felix's content as well. I know you guys enjoy builds. I can't wait to do the first build in this world with his content. As I said before, I'm gonna do like a colonial theme, and I know what kind of his plans are for the next couple of months. Well, next month of content on Patreon. So I am just, I'm eager. I'm super excited to get going. I just can't wait to get back. I'm really excited to go and watch tennis at Wimbledon and stuff, but I'm just really excited to get back. That's kind of like a good feeling. Sometimes you can go away and you can kind of dread coming back home, but I'm not having that feeling at all. I'm just happy right now, which is a good thing to be. It's a good place to be. Yeah, so thank you all so much, I want to say, for your support here on the channel. The past couple of months has been so great here, and just thank you. That's all I suppose that's thank you just sometimes isn't seen enough, but I suppose that's all I got to give right now. There is a giveaway currently going. I'm going to say currently going because I haven't actually launched it. God, that's another thing I need to do today. A giveaway for Island Living. If you haven't got it yet and you're just like, oh, I want it. I do have one copy to give away thanks to EA and the Game Changer program. It's going to be a code for PC, Mac. It's not for console. It's not out on console yet, and it will not work for console. So it's for PC and Mac only. If you want that, I will try and put details in the description box. If it's not there, please just go and find me over on Twitter, because that's where I'll be launching the giveaway anyway. So yeah, I'm probably going to have it open for like a week or so. So definitely head over to my Twitter. It is hey_Harrie over on Twitter. And you can find the full details there. It will be done, it will be hosted on Gleam. So it'll be like a, make sure you've followed me and retweet the tweet or something like that. So very, very simple. But yeah, we're on to the master bathroom. I think this is the only bathroom I've kept in the footage. There is also an ensuite for the second bedroom. I had this as the master, but it ends up being slightly smaller, I feel, than the guest bedroom. But still, I still see this as the master. It may be slightly smaller, but I think it's a bit more cozy would be a word, or intimate, I don't know, but I actually prefer this whole wing to the guest one. This has, I think, more personality, slightly more considered. I suppose guest bedrooms, you kind of go a bit more generic. They don't have so much personality in them, but these ones, like the master suite, definitely has more. So you've got a whole row there of built-in wardrobes. You've got the master suite, you've got that production table there with a cute background, so you know your YouTube videos are going to look profesh to death. And then I think we've got more like what are they called, dresser units. Now we're on to the guest bedroom. Guest bedroom, and this, I wanted to do a walk-in closet. This one of course would also have looked great for the master bedroom as well. That's why I say this is slightly bigger. It has like a huge walk-in closet. Let's just say this is the overflow from the master bedroom or something, maybe. This is the overflow, but I really liked this whole side bit because I knew there was already enough space to put a bathroom on the other side of this bedroom, so I want to make sure that this is like a walk-in closet. I made it even bigger and then I put more mirrors in, but yeah, I really like the clothes hanging up on the side. And again, the base game cabinets, I love those base game cabinets. Actually, I feel like we just need more colors of that and I would be happy. I think I would like improve the environment rating of it and make them slightly more designer looking, if you get what I mean. And those would just be I love those cabinets so much. It's just that I don't like all of the swatches. I tend to veer towards the black swatch. There isn't really a white one. There's like a weirdy white and grey wood. It's a little bit too washed out. It needs a kind of darker wood tone with it. And then there's like an off-white cream colour with a dark brown wood, which is okay, but sometimes a little bit too warm. This video just turned into a total bitch session about colour swatches. If it was up to me, there'd be like an additional like 50 swatches per item, but then that would make your game be seriously laggy. So there is a kind of fine line of balancing the amount of swatches you have and game performance. Yeah, that's a thing. Thankfully for me, I don't really worry about that too much because my computer can handle it, but of course the Sims team has to worry about lower spec computers being able to handle all of this stuff, and I suppose once they've made one color palette choice, they kind of had to follow it through, which is why with new things added in, they kind of borrow from old ones. I really actually do like the way that they borrow old elements. I didn't spot it too much in this pack because this is such a kind of whole new aesthetic, I suppose, with island living, but I remember in Get Famous they had walls that were the exact match to Jungle Adventures. They were the same texture and everything, same colors, and they just did an add-on so that you had 2 tones of green on a wall or 2 tones of red, and it matched perfectly with the Jungle Adventures. That's definitely, I think that's the wallpaper I use in the master bedroom for behind the bed. I think that's from Get Famous, and it matches beautifully with the Jungle Adventures. All of the wallpapers on the inside are like this concrete stucco. I think it's definitely stucco. That's from Jungle Adventures, and it's definitely one of my favorites. Jungle Adventures is one of my favorite packs. If you don't have it, I do highly recommend it. It's just for all styles. Like here it's like modern, but it's also rustic, and I just think it's great for all types of build. I would love to have that same stucco with maybe like a skirting board around the bottom or like a trim around the top, like a crown molding or something, and you could use that for slightly more traditional builds, kind of like Spanish revival style builds. But yeah, so this is the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. Screenshots only today. I'll be back next week with another build, and I'll see you all soon. Bye guys.